Like I even shared yesterday, just on Instagram randomly, an old story about a boss that bought me lunch and how it really made me like that boss and made me feel like he cared about me. Because on a regular basis, once a month, he came out to my job and walked my jobs for an hour or so. And then he bought me lunch at Deli Depot. And when the new guy, that guy got promoted, the new guy came and he's like, "Oh, of course we're going to go Dutch." And I was like, "What? Dutch?" By the way, Dutch for the younger viewers, which I didn't realize this, my son asked me that night, what the heck does that mean? Well, I didn't know what you were talking about. It means that we had to pay for ourselves, right? Like you pay for yourself, I'll pay for myself. Maybe we're disparaging Dutch people. I don't know. I never thought about that, but someone said that as a comment to my thing. So I'm sorry, Dutch people, if that's disparaging. But uh, the point was the new guy who was 15 years older than me and clearly made three or four or five times more than me and by the way, had a company card at a big production builder, wouldn't spend the money to buy me the $5 Deli Depot lunch. And w when I was living on 225 bucks after taxes were paid and rent was paid and my gas, $5 for lunch was a really big deal to me. And so it just, I don't know, it was one of those like, when I'm the boss someday, I'll buy lunch for somebody who works for me. Like that's something that I should and could do. And now that I own a business, I can write that off. And it doesn't mean
Yeah.
it's free, right? It does mean that I have a tax benefit to it. It's a legitimate expense, but it really gives me the opportunity at the end of lunch when I say, "Hey, I'm buying," to say, "I want to thank you." Like yesterday, I took 12 guys to lunch, six guys that were on my crew and a six-man framing crew that I've worked with for a dozen years. And I said, "Hey, guys, I know it's hot out. And I just wanted to thank you guys for all your hard work. You guys are great craftsmen. You really care about what you do. And so lunch is on me. Thank you for all you do." And when they got back to the job, they thanked the project manager who wasn't even there and other, I'm like, this simple act of buying someone lunch goes so far. And so that's wisdom that I'm passing down. And to be able to have a platform to do that and what's different about the buildshow.com than Instagram is that Instagram post will disappear and no one's going to see that in a week. But when you and I make videos on the Build Show, these videos, believe it or not, get actually a lot of times more watch time in year two, and even more watch time in year three, and even more watch time in year five, six, and seven. And really, they have a 10 to 15-year life span on any video we make. And beyond that, we'll find out. We don't have videos beyond that 15-year mark, but I think that we will see people that will find us through Google search or wherever that have no idea. We may be dead and gone, and we'll be able to still pass that wisdom on. So it's really a privileged position to be in.
Yeah, and that's incredible that we're going to have that type of power. The build show is going to have that type of power to influence people in the future. And it's not just building lessons. That's a life lesson right there. Just be kind, take care of the people that take care of you. Buying
Yep,
lunch for the guys who work for you is it's just a good thing, the right thing to do.
that's right, for sure. Uh, an old quote that comes to mind, speaking of the Build Show real fast, I know we're patting our own backs here for a second, Mike, but Steve Basic made this quote before I really knew who he was. I think I saw him say this on stage at a JLC Live or something. He said, "It's not that high performance costs, sorry, let me start again. It's not that high performance houses cost too much. It's that our idea of a fairly priced new home is based on a history of building houses to meet embarrassingly low performance benchmarks." I think that's like Steve Basic 2016 or 17, so almost 10 years ago. And I wrote it down on my phone and kept it in my I have like a quotes section. I come back to it all the time because one of the things I love about what we do on the Build Show is we're encouraging people to build better. Once they know better, they will build better if they know better. And I think the same goes for our clients too, Mike. I don't know if you found this, but